Hello Internet, welcome back to our ToME Writhing One series. Last episode we dealt with several named creatures. Did we level up? We did not. We're at 98%. And there seems to be a lot of thieves. We found this old... Oh, why did we switch position? Okay, that was weird. Okay. We're in an old... I think it's listed as a damp cave. Why are you trying to run away from me? Why don't you just confront me like a grown-up? Oh, trap. Get out of there. Okay, we'll rest. We're fine. It looks like it's mostly like gemstones and just a lot of really high... and traps, apparently. A lot of like higher end enemies, because we encountered several named creatures and some bandit types. Let's rest. We'll head back up and we'll continue exploring. Yeah, we're going to need to take a look at some of these things. I don't know why I didn't really do that before we, whatever. Vine, no, we don't want that. Alright, let's look at our inventory. So we got an iron helm. Currently we're wearing +3 armor, +3 con, fire and cold resistance. This is going to almost certainly be better. Armor, con, will, cold and fire, critical multiplier, only die when we reach -20 health, and 30 max stamina, which is irrelevant. Still better than what we've got. So that's great. Boots, we have 3 armor, 1 life regen, 10% healing modifier, versus 1 armor, 1 magic, 7 lightning, 7 temporal, 3% mind, 3% light. Oh, sneezing. It's just sneezes. Mind resistance penetration, which is irrelevant. Telepathy for humanoid orcs. See invisible +9. I mean, they seem better than what we have. It is less armor. And of course, we lose the healing modifier. But I think these are better just to get some more resistances. And specifically, these both increase... Oh no, it was just the one that increased our lightning resistance. I thought maybe we could go back to Dearth and check things out. We're going to keep the earthen beads. I like the heal that it gives us. So we're not going to get the different amulet here, even though it gives 10% lightning resistance. Maybe we'll hang on to this, and then when we go to Dearth to confront the cyclones, we'll wear it so that we get this extra... no, don't transfer. Just hang on to it. That extra lightning resistance. Steel amulet. Yeah, I'm not going to replace the one I have. Savior's copper ring is lots of saves. Clarity. I mean, we must have already had a lot of this stuff. The battle axe. Splash the target with acid, dealing 95 damage over 5 turns. Reduces armor and accuracy. On melee hit, 10% chance to reduce strength, dex, and con by 18. When we hit with melee, it deals 10 mind damage. And we penetrate 5% more with blight damage, which is irrelevant because we would be replacing our weapon that deals blight damage. I do think that this is really good. Oh, it's a battle axe. It's a two-handed weapon. We're not going to be using that. Never mind. Gale Snake. We are currently wearing Burn Breeze, high armor, high defense. Gives mind damage when we attack. Some basic resistances. Reduced damage dealt by 14% on melee hit. Pretty good resistances, including lightning resistance. Increases the damage, which we really don't care about. I think this is pretty good, and we might want to save it, but at the same time, I don't think we're going to wear it. Why don't we should actually transmog a lot of this stuff. Infusion of the sneak we don't want, so we'll transmog. Yes. Starseer, yes. Transmog. Certainly there's got to be a hotkey for this that I'm not familiar with. Just transmog some of this stuff. Transmog. Just to get him out of here. Yes. Gauntlets of Dexterity. Yes. We don't want our encumbrance to get so high that we... I mean, I could give this to our... It's heavy armor, though. Requires heavy armor training. He has some heavy armor training. I don't know how much. Just give it to him. Mail armor, no, we don't want that. Fire resistance, no. Okay, and let's look at his inventory really quick, just to see, can he wear this armor? Gale Snake. He can. Great, because it's going to be better than whatever little piddly armor I had given him. So let's go back to us. Let's level up. Strength, we did get 5 points of magic from that alchemist, so I think we want to work our strength up. We're going to level our mutated hand to the maximum. This will increase the tentacle damage, base power, and all that. And since it increases the tentacle damage, it increases the damage of all these other tentacle abilities. So we'll max that out. Really like the tentacle tree. It's by far my favorite tree in this character. Generic point, you know, I just think we're going to ignore the last couple of these chaos orbs. We can ignore these as well. Born into magic, originally created during the Age of Allure by the human conclave, imbued with magic at the core of their being. Spell saves by 5, arcane resistance by 7%. When you cast a spell dealing damage, you gain a 20% bonus to the damage type for 5 turns. That seems really good. You gain a 20% bonus to the damage. So basically, if we cast a spell, like our tentacle, which is, I'm pretty sure, a spell. Let's look at it. Activated usage is a spell. Okay, so let's say we use our whirlwind ability, right? Which is a spell. This has oh, there's no chance. It just is. You gain a 20% bonus to the damage type for 5 turns. So we cast whirlwind, which deals physical and darkness damage. So I'm not really sure which one would get that 20%. But that would increase the damage of every other attack we make of that type. So that sounds really good. And the flat spell save and arcane resistance also seems pretty good. Although I don't know what deals arcane damage exactly. And then we'll level our worm that walks as well. Again, we'll put him in magic this time. Sure, we'll increase his ability to apply diseases. That seems fine. We can increase his armor training, which would let him wear shields, but we're not going to give him a shield. Why don't we just increase his melee damage output, his weapon damage output? So what's going on with me? Because we've been talking a lot about the game and not really giving any commentary. Well, I hit that tree, which again, you can find on my channel. There should be an update video where I talk about what exactly happened. It wasn't super terrible. I'm okay, and the car is mostly okay. It's just going to be a couple $100, and by couple I mean like maybe $400 to repair it, and it's primarily cosmetic damage, which means it's not a super huge priority, but at the same time it's like I need my car every single day of my life, so kind of a big deal. Go ahead and plant a tentacle over here, and then we will whirlwind ability. Oh, where you think you're going? Why do they run away? I don't understand. It's a ghost. It should have no concept of self-preservation. It is currently being constricted, so we will gradually pull it back into us, most likely. For now, we will pop our regen, because our shield was on cooldown. We'll pop our shield. We're dealing damage to it every turn through the constrict ability. Hopefully it doesn't get so far that it pulls away. It'll probably die to our constrict ability. In fact, I imagine it's dead over there, but we'll look into that when we get a chance. Oh, you're not dead. Are you still constricted? No? Let's constrict him. You found multiple clues about the legendary Plumpkin. Will you understand there should be a portal somewhere that will allow you safe passage? Yeah, it's great. I don't care about that at all. Okay, let's pop our shield, use our tentacle thingy. Great. Really nothing super concerning. Let's rest to get our hit points and cooldowns back. Grab this weapon, pop our shields so that we're not taking large amounts of damage as we progress. Are you a vampire? You look like a vampire. Okay, let him come over here, I guess. We'll pop our tentacle. What is this? Oh, no, that increases my weapon damage. What is... I wish it would say somewhere... surely it says grass in sight. You would think it would say over the tile description down here what this aura effect is. Whatever, we'll constrict him. We'll bump attack. We took some damage there. We'll pop our shield. And we'll just tentacle bash him and he'll die. Let's get up here. Let's rest to get our cooldowns back. We actually did take a significant amount of damage there when I wasn't really paying attention. Other than that, really nothing. Recorded lots of Roller Coaster Tycoon and... you know, I was gonna record some other stuff. I'm taking a break from Cataclysm Let's Plays And I thought, I haven't played 7 Days to Die in a long time, so I'll go check that out. Well, I have a brand new computer, and that game runs so bad that even on my brand new computer, on the lowest settings possible, it uses 100% CPU at all times. So it's like, how, like, and I went on the Discord because I was like really mad about it, because like the old version ran great on my old piece of crap computer. And I was like, why does this game not run? Oh, it's poison. We're dying from poison again. We had this exact thing happen to us before, where we walk in and I don't notice that we're hitting traps, and then by the time I leave, I'm almost dead. And I wasn't paying attention, and we could have died right there. So super glad we didn't die. But yeah, I went to the Discord and was like, why, I have a brand new computer that was pretty expensive. Why is it using 100% CPU at all times? And a guy was like, I own a $2,000 computer and I experienced the exact same thing. Like, it's not your computer's fault. It's because they're not optimizing the game. They don't seem to know what they're doing. They just, they're really obsessed with doing what they want to do, and it's often really been very negative for the game. Like, I remember 16.4 was the last time I played 7 Days to Die. It ran great, even on my really crappy computer. And then they went to 17. Alpha 17, and they had upgraded the graphics a lot, and apparently a huge part of the community like could not play anymore, and they were basically like, oh well, like, oh well, too bad. And then I guess, why would it auto move me into the poison? Why would you do that? I clearly know that there's a trap there. Why would it send me over there? Let's just leave. Let's just go to the next. I don't want to deal with it. It's gonna make me mad. Let's just get out of here. Let's rest. Next level. We did get a weapon. Obsidian Piety, 20% chance to reduce damage. 18 darkness damage. Plus 9% against living creatures. Pretty sizable lightning resistance. And it gives equilibrium, which doesn't matter. That's pretty good. 20 to 28. So it is a reduction there of 2 to 3.5, but it deals 18 darkness damage, which is more than the... We're going to give this to our other character. I don't want to go all in on us dealing darkness damage, because our tentacles all do darkness, and if we do darkness with our melee attacks, and we meet something that is like resistant to that, we're going to have a real problem. Resistance is... yeah, I don't want that. Everything else can go. Lightning Storm. Radius 3 storm for 5 turns. Each turn creatures take 33 damage and will be dazed for 1 turn. Puts all charms on cooldown. I mean, I don't think that that's worth... I like the tentacle thing we have going on. Even if that's maybe not the best thing we could have, I kind of like it. So we'll go ahead and scrap that stuff. That's fine. And we'll go to our minion and we'll give him that weapon that gives the high flat damage increase. Plus 9 cold damage, plus 7 nature. Yeah, I wasn't really interested in the... Actually, let's swap these 2 weapons. So that we put this in the main hand. Okay, can't do that apparently. Obsidian Piety, there you go. And then we'll give him the axe in his offhand. Is that the one we wanted to give him? Yeah, that's what we want, I think. Sure. His encumbrance is pretty high, but I don't really care. Because who cares? And, yeah. Let's just... Did we level up? No, we didn't level up. Let's proceed. Fox coming at us. Really not worrisome. Some bees. Yeah, so not going to record 7 Days to Die because it basically does not run on my computer, even though I spent more than the average person does on their computer. Still can't run it, even at the lowest settings. In fact, it didn't seem to make a difference at all what my settings were. It ran exactly the same, like, terrible way, regardless of what I put the settings to. So that was really disappointing. And then to go to their Discord and basically have everyone be like, yeah, it's the game. It's because they're doing things, in a not great way. They're actually, really, like, apparently memory leaks and some other, like, all kinds of stuff where, like, if you were a game developer, you would be like, I never want this in my game. We're going to be better than this. And apparently they're really screwing up. Always with the phone calls when I'm recording Cataclysm. I do not know why. What are you gonna do, I guess? Okay. Oh, there's a tree. I think this is the summoner tree. We're gonna pop our shield immediately. We're gonna constrict him immediately. We are frozen. We're gonna pop our thing to unfreeze. We're going to batter him with the tentacles. We're going to batter him with our tentacles. We're going to plop down our friendly neighborhood tentacle. I'm noticing he took basically no damage. 26% dark resistance is not great. Let's lick him, because that's poison. We're taking a fair bit of damage from all this AoE stuff he's got going on. Let's wait for our shield to go off. We're frozen again, which is a problem. Okay, we're unfrozen. Shield again. Whirlwind. We can lick him again. Tentacles. Frozen again. And then, I mean, just bump attack. Yeah, not as scary as it first seemed to be. Kill the little wormy boy there. Spell hunt remnants. Yeah, I don't. Okay, let's look at our inventory. See what we got. All inventory. Here we go. Healing infusion. No, that's terrible. Cleansing steel amulet. Poison immunity resistances. It's not worth getting rid of our heal for that. No, don't want this. No. Spell hunt remnants. Arcane disrupting. No, it's not gonna jive for me. Just rest. I guess we level up now. Go strength again. And we will level our whirlwind ability because it seems like it's underperforming a little bit. Increasing this would increase our spell saves as well as our arcane resistance. That seems perfectly fine. I don't really have anything else I want to prioritize putting those points into. Yeah, so I don't think that that's worth it to get 7% physical power. It just doesn't seem great. So we will bump our spell save. I think will do a lot of work for us in the future. So I think that's fine. Go to our wormy boy, level him up. Again, we're just going to go strength, I think. We are going to continue to work up his ability to apply damage. I would like to see, instead of consuming diseases, I would really like to see more infliction of diseases. So like here, target with a very contagious disease. So this would be another ability where he could stack DOT damage. And it spreads, which is great. So we do kind of want to work up this tree. It's going to need us to increase his spell power, or his magic rather. We're still a bit shy there, and we're going to need to put in at least one on the cyst burst. Really don't like it. Oh, we didn't even get a class point? Okay, I mean, that's fine. Whatever. Let's go back to our character. Yeah, so not going to be recording 7 Days to Die, unfortunately. I also checked out Zafe House Diaries, which is like a management zombie game, which I thought would be a lot of fun. But then I started playing it, and it seems to be really based on drama. Like, it's based on your survivors and how whether they like each other or not, and like their character traits. And it's like, it just seems like it's micromanaging people who don't like each other. And I was like, this is not fun. You know, I thought this game was going to be like like a top-down kind of strategy survival game where your goal is to loot and build things and manage equipment. I thought that sounded like fun, but it turned into like, oh, well, here's how you can spread rumors about your survivors. And it's like, no, I don't want this. No, thank you. This is not fun to me. So I bailed on that. I started recording a text adventure, and then I realized, like, I don't really do voices, so, like, they all kind of sound the same, all the characters, and, like, just wasn't very fun for, like, I actually really liked the text adventure, but the actual recording, the whole time I just felt like, you sound so stupid, why are you recording this? You sound like an idiot. And I really don't like feeling that way, so I bailed on it. Can we... Lake of Nur... We really don't need to go there. There's nothing there for us. We've completed the quest, so we're just going to go back to the map screen. Yeah, so that didn't go super well. I have plenty of other stuff I could record. I wanted to record Deus Ex. I could go back and give that a go. Let's just scrap everything because I just don't feel like looking through a big list. Regen of 156 might be better than what we have. but it'll depend on the cooldown as well. So we'll go ahead and just, yeah, I think this is fine. Unless one of these rings gives, wow, 13 light damage on melee attacks and 11% increased light damage. That would stack really well with our Summertide file. This increases blight. It would cost us accuracy, armor pen, and defense to get more damage output. How much damage output exactly? 13 light damage is kind of a high amount on top of our melee attacks, and it increases that light damage from this. So basically every turn we would be dealing 28 light damage per melee attack, and that's increased by 20% because each of these gives 21%. So that's not insignificant. I do think, I mean, it would be better to get rid of this ring, but this ring increases the blight damage that we deal by 10%. I think it's better to get rid of that ring, honestly, because this ring, I don't know. Maybe that's dumb. I don't know how valuable armor penetration is. That's the main thing, is that it seems like it would be really valuable for a melee character to have really high armor penetration. And this gives armor penetration, doesn't it? +4, so it's basically double. We're just going to go with it and trust ourselves a little bit. Anything else jump out at me? Really, no. What's our belt look like? No, we have a pretty good belt. Yeah, I think we're fine. Great. Let's check this regen. 156 with a 12 cooldown. 100 with a 10 cooldown. I mean, I'd rather have higher values, I think, for a 2-round extra cooldown. Can't use it here. Really silly that you can't use items on the world map. Can't go to Dearth. Don't go to Dearth. That would be real dumb of you. You get yourself killed. You can easily stroll. I've already cleared the dungeon. Why even bring that pop-up? Let's, yeah, let's use the regen infusion. We should really go shop and see if we could find one. We have almost 1,000 gold. Replace the regen infusion. So now it's a 12-round cooldown, but it deals about 50% more. Is there a ghost that's going to spawn in here? I guess not. Let's go see if we can find somewhere to buy better infusions. You know what? We could also go looking for the alchemist quests. So these are both on the left. They should not be hostile, right? Allied, allied. Excellent. Excellent. Do you need to move a little slower on the world map just in case we encounter something? I don't want to rush right up to its face like an idiot. They should also be passive, right? There you go. Alright, let's check out Last Hope. Last time we were here, actually, there was a ghost that spawned. Or is it because we completed that part of the quest, they're not going to spawn anymore? Whatever, we'll be fine. Let's go check on the merchant we saved. Ah, my good friend Tidus. Thanks to you, I made it safely here. Yes, show me your wares, my friend. None of that interests me. Sorry, no thank you. Looking for infusions. Did we ever talk to this alchemist? Always you propose, I accept. Just, I don't know. Strength and con, sure. Brotherhood of Alchemists, great. What do you need? Skeleton mage skull. Ugh. Chunk of ghoul flesh. 1 vial of squid ink. This will be annoying for you to gather. Promise that the reek it produces in my lab will be even more annoying. Okay. Sure. I'm here for profit. I'll see if I can help. Yes. That grave quest where every time we go there it's very high level creatures that scare me kind of a lot. Is this the infusion shop? Is that what this symbol means? No, that's a lore. What is this? Okay. Whatever. No, we don't want that. I want like healing infusions, tree choppers. I'm looking for martial training. What does that mean? Talent category, technique, combat training for a fee of 50 gold, or the basic usage of bows and slings for 8 gold. Those are incredibly low prices, but also I don't care. I already have the basic combat training, and I don't think I'll ever use a bow. So, no thank you. I mean, I don't know if there's a limit to how many categories you can have, so we don't want to learn one now that we might never ever use. Okay, regen infusion of the wizard. 17 round cooldown is entirely too long. But none of the other ones are very good for us. So like this one heals 300 damage over 5 turns. Crazy high, right? But it's on a 17 round cooldown. Well, but how often do we use regen more than once in combat? It's pretty rare. We mostly use the healing infusion. 17 rounds, though, is like significantly higher than the 10 that we're used to, right? But the 10, maybe, I don't know. I don't want to do that. I think. What do you got? Maybe a service human. Nothing. Excuse me. Goodbye. Slings and bows and things. You know, none of that really interests me. Here are the statues we couldn't see in our previous playthrough because of the visual effect problems. Okay, so we'll head out here. You know what? Why don't we go looking for lumberjacks? We didn't do the lumberjack quest. Actually, let's call the episode here, unfortunately. So for now, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the episode. I, of course, will be back with more ToME in the near future, and I'll see you next time.